Good evening, everybody. And my name is Scot Hanna-Weir. I'm the Director of Choral Activities at Santa Clara University. And we're so excited, Internet, that you have chosen to join us this evening for a very experimental concert. The times that we're living in are certainly very challenging for everyone who likes to make music with people. And so we, as the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers, are trying to find a way to respond to that in these times and to be able to still make music live in some kind of context. So we've been spending the past about a month or so experimenting with different software, and I'm so incredibly proud of the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers. These students have really taken on the task of learning all of the music on their own so that we could focus on the technical challenges that they were facing. And so we're going to do 4 pieces for you all tonight and embrace the lag. It's all aleatoric music, which means that it has elements of chance that allow it to not be performed necessarily right on time, that it doesn't really matter if it all lines up, and in fact it can be good if it doesn't line up. So we're going to embrace that in all of these pieces. If you'd like, you can see a full concert program linked in the description below this video that SCU Presents put together. And we're going to have a really good time trying to make some music for you. I should note that this software is not perfect. Not all of our internet is fantastic. We're doing this from a bunch of different places with a lot of different kinds of equipment. So if things don't sound as beautiful as they might in a concert hall or a beautiful church, then, just try to forgive us a little bit, as we're all doing the best that we can in this situation. And we just want to show you that live music making is still something that we can do. So I'll introduce the first 2 pieces that we are going to be singing for you all tonight. The first one is an aleatoric sketch that I did that's not really a piece. It's more just a bunch of chords that we would try in different software. When we tried it in Zoom, you couldn't hear a thing. When we tried it in Discord, it sounded like wounded electronic Wookiees. And then when we did it in Jamulus, which is what we're using tonight, it sounded okay. A little bit in a bathtub, but at least it sounded okay. And so we'll sing these 5 chord changes for you all to give you a sense of one of our testing mechanisms. And then we'll follow that up with a piece that was meant to have an incredible amount of chance, but also deep listening. Pauline Oliveros really championed this concept of us being able to listen into the space and to hear what other people were doing. And we know that's particularly challenging in this kind of context where we can't physically be with each other, but we still have to be able to listen to what other people are doing. So this piece called Old Sound, New Sound, Borrowed Sound, Blue Sound, the singers have all pre-chosen an old sound, something that feels old to them, and a blue sound, something that feels blue to them. And then they're going to be listening to what other singers do. So another singer might do something that they find interesting, and they will borrow that sound. And then we'll also make new sounds that we've never made before. So we hope you enjoy first aleatoric sketch number 1, followed by Pauline Oliveros's Old Sound, New Sound, Borrowed Sound, Blue Sound. Well, thanks everybody. I know that we can't actually hear you applauding, but we can see in the chat that you're shouting out to us. And so we very much appreciate all of your enthusiasm around this. It's wonderful to have so many people tuning in live. It's really great. We're over 200 viewers. And I'm telling that in part for my singers who are on here just singing into the empty void of space and wondering what's happening on the other side. So thanks for sticking with us on this. We have two more pieces before we conclude this evening. And before we do, I just wanted to make a couple of thank yous. I'm making sure I have my list here. The first thing that is, I want to thank my incredible faculty colleagues in the music department and at Santa Clara University who have really been so supportive of our efforts here to be experimental and to still try to make music. C4, an ensemble in New York, was very trailblazing in this kind of medium, and we are so thankful to them for putting together so many incredible documents for us to be able to resource on how to set up servers in the cloud and how to fine-tune audio settings, and we couldn't have done it without them. So we're very appreciative, and they have another concert coming up soon. So Google C4 New York choir and you'll find more information about this collective of composers and conductors. I also want to thank SCU Presents, who put together the beautiful program. My family, who has been incredibly supportive of me doing really weird things and learning like 14 new kinds of software and making time for me to be able to rehearse with my students, even though my partner has a full-time job and we have an 8-year-old at home. So, we're all just doing our best, and I'm so appreciative of their support. And then I want to thank these incredible musicians who are making this music this evening. When I told them we're going to try to do a live concert of Aleatoric music, they were like, okay. And that is not normal for college musicians. And they're just so giving and wonderful and supportive of each other and of me and of the work that we all do. And so I couldn't ask for a better group of humans to be socially distanced with. It's really fantastic. And then finally, I want to thank you for being interested in live music in this weird time that we're living in. It's just really heartwarming for us as artists to know that there are people who still want to hear music happen live, and that we're going to do our best in the meantime, but we can't wait until we're back in the Mission at Santa Clara University singing together, and that everyone else is back in their concert halls and venues making music. We just miss it so much. So these last two pieces, the first is a piece Dale Trumbore wrote early on in the shelter-in-place orders that was meant to just be able to be sung over Zoom. She's had several choirs do it in sort of a rehearsal context and even make a recording of it asynchronously, but this is the first performance for a live audience, and so we're so excited to present I Hope You're Doing Well. And then we're going to follow that with a piece that was written for us by my dear friend Scot Gendel. We've done a number of premieres of his, and he actually met with the Chamber Singers a week or two ago, and we went through the piece. We're going to be premiering a virtual choir version of it in the next couple of days, so be looking for that on our YouTube channel. But we wanted you to be the first people to hear it live, and this piece I think really speaks to what we're all feeling, that we just want the simple things of being able to go out and live our lives outside of this sort of bubble that we're all in, and the piece speaks really beautifully to it. So thank you again for joining us this evening, and we hope you liked the concert. If you have questions, feel free to post things in the chat. We'll try to follow up with you at the end of the stream. And you can also find my email address, Scott Hanna-Weir, at Santa Clara University's website if you have individual questions for me about how you do this, if you are so bold as to want to. Thanks again for joining us this evening.
I hope you're The calling of the crow.
The calling of the crow.
And maybe we can sing.